Hello, good morning. How you all doing? Let me take you through this beautiful look I created a while ago. But before we go, here on your screen are some of the pictures I took after the look was done. You can see how flawless and beautiful they look. But before we go into that, please do follow me on my social media handles: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and on your screen are the names on those platforms. So let's get right away. So you can see my face was already prepped, looking shining and beautiful. I had to use a very deep moisturizer. Afterwards, I went in with this primer. This F Grip primer is a bomb, like it's a must have. If you have the money, go get it. Then I also used the number 7 2-in-1 primer, so to kind of give my base kind of good shimmer. You can see how transformed my face is now after that was done. So let's get right away. Afterwards, I grabbed my setting powder, my Laura Mercier, kind of put to my eyebrow area to kind of get rid of the grease that might be there, so I can have a very clean base to work with. So I went in with my cream eyebrow pencil. So you can see I'm using kind of a very small angled brush to kind of create the shape and the length of eyebrow that I want. So after I was happy with the shape and the length, then I went in with the concealer, a very bright one at that, but you don't have to use that kind of a very far shade from your color. You can always use the color of your skin or anything that you have at hand. So after I was happy with the shape and how clean it looked, so I went in to do my eyeshadow. On this day, I just wanted to create it's quite difficult, I wouldn't lie, but this is not kind of a beginner thing. But if you're a fast learner, you can also do this though. So if you can see or notice what I'm doing, I'm kind of using very small, precise brushes for this look. I went in first with a very light pink with a very small brush. Then I went to deepen it with a dark brown. So for my transition color, I used a very light pink. As you can see, I'm just switching from one brush to the other, blending and checking, then adding and everything. So after I was happy with the deepness of the color, then I went and I cut the crease with a concealer. As you can see, I'm using a very flat brush, a very flat rounded brush, concealer rounded brush, but some people use the angled brush, concealer brush, but I do use that sometimes, but this is just what I used on this day. Then I cut it and blended it out and be sure it's so nice. Then I went in again with that dark brown. You can see even with a bit of pink to kind of deepen the color after the crease was cut. So after I was happy, I kind of set it down, then added a bit of very light pink, then a shimmer on top of it, but very light. You won't really notice it, but I wanted that to be like a nude, eyeball zone though, so to say. Then after I was happy, I went to the eyeliner part of the eye. Then I applied the same way I did at the top. If you notice what I'm doing, that same thing I did. I used a very light pink on that, then I used the dark brown to deepen it a little bit. Then after I was happy, then I added shimmer at the middle of the space left. Then to make it really clean and precise, then I went in with that angled brush, concealer brush, and I cleaned out the rough edges. But to avoid those rough edges, you can just use a makeup tape to tape, so when you take it out, it's all clean. But I do like working with my concealer brush, so that's fine with me. So after I was happy with the eyeshadow that I did, and I went in to do the concealer. I concealed under my eye, as you can see, before I applied my foundation on this day, because I wanted to have that very deep full coverage to say concealer under my eye. So after I was happy with the application of the foundation, then I blended it out nicely with my beauty blender, and it was wet. It kind of squeezed out the whole excess water. Then after that was done, and I added the concealer to my face. You can see I blended it upwards just to give me that facelift look. You can see how well blended that looked. Then I applied liquid blush to the very high cheek, very high part of my face. Then I blended it out with the beauty blend. As you can see, I'm blending it up to the temple of my face, you see. So yeah, and even to my forehead, to my hairline, kind of, yeah, to just really give me the facelift that I want. So when you blend, it is important to blend upwards so that you can have that facelift look. Because if you blend down, your face will be like droopy, so you don't want that after your makeup is done. So after I was happy with the blending of the blush, and I went in again, brightened my inner eye. Okay, I do really like very bright inner corner eye concealer. Then I blended it out nicely. After I was happy, I went again to contour my cheekbones and the areas that needed contouring. And I blended it out nicely. And I went to under my eye. I set the concealer there. And after I was happy, I went to the powder contour. Then on top of the liquid contour, I added the powder contour on top of it. Then you can see I blended it out nicely. Then I went to the blush with the same brush, if you notice. And I kind of blended it out, added some depth to my face with that, with the blush and everything, looking all nice and put together now. So we're getting there. Then I went to my setting powder again. Then I kind of put a very white setting powder under my eye. Don't worry about that. That will all go away when I finish. That's just to prevent fallout as I do my smoke out my under eye. Okay. So yeah, you can see I went under my eye with the eyeliner, then with dark brown, smoked it out nicely, and brushed it out nicely as well. So that's me just making sure my eyeshadow is crisp, So yeah, then I went to my nose, contoured my nose. So just to give me a kind of small nose look, I do kind of have my nose is kind of on the big side, but it's cute for my face, So after I was happy with that, I went to my gel line. I'm just gonna use the powder contours just to create a very sharp gel line for myself. So yeah, after that was done, I grabbed my powder, kind of blending everything together. And as you can see, all the lines are fading, you see. So that's me using my setting, not finishing powder now, to kind of clean up the whole mess and kind of marinate everything together. That's me using kind of a very dark concealer there to clean up all the mess left. So as you can see, the white under my eye is kind of toned down now, you see. So yeah, that's how that is done. So after I was happy, I grabbed the black eyeliner, lined my lips, grabbed the red liner, so lip liner, lined my lips. Then I added a bit of very light lipstick to my lips, and after I was happy, I added a bit of gloss to it. That was it. Then I went to my eyes to finish it up with the eyelashes, you can see. So yeah, that's it. And after I was happy, I sprayed my face to put everything together. This step is also very important when doing your makeup. And yeah, I use so many setting sprays, to be honest with you. Gonna mix so many of them together in my preferred bowl to have a very good spray on my face. So you can see how my face is looking up put together. So that's me just putting some finishing touches, and that's it. Thank you for watching. You can see the look looks good. So please follow me on my handles. Blend with Kelsey everywhere. Thanks for watching.